Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce a total of 8 new characters or more by director J.J. Abrams that will be used in a way in order to progress some of the characters like Kylo Ren, Rey, and a whole lot more in this story. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, without a doubt, one of the characters that a lot of fans out there, including myself, am really looking forward to is, of course, the new villain / new foe in this movie, also known as the Dark Acolyte in Episode 9, that is really going to be used in a way in order to force the interactions between both Rey and Kylo Ren, and to team up against this new evil that is going to actually pose as a big threat against both Kylo Ren and Rey, that was written in by J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the set leaks and one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for the new villain in Episode 9. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the sequences that were filmed during the month of January included Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver fighting in a lightsaber duel, where lots of ray machines and wind machines were used, as well as pyrotechnics, where it said that Matt Smith was wielding a red lightsaber and fighting Adam Driver eventually as Kylo Ren in a saber duel on set, where he was dressed in a long black cloak. It's described that the costume design of Matt Smith and his outfit was labeled as Vance Dark Acolyte, DTUI outfit. Another scene that was shot included Adam Driver getting pushed by Matt Smith, where Kylo was attached to wire work where one of the lightsaber props on set were dubbed as Vance's lightsaber - Dark Acolyte. The scene is described to have tons of prequel trilogy choreography, where many backflips and front flips were performed between both Driver and Matt Smith. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this, obviously, because this really does speak volumes to me as, a Star Wars fan and looking at everything that J.J. Abrams is trying to put together here. So in case you guys did not know, the new villain / new foe is in fact going to be a Dark Acolyte in this film that will actually go up against both Rey and Kylo Ren in a very unique way than we've ever actually expected it to be. So what's really intriguing, though, is that one of the costume designs of the Dark Acolyte was actually described and labeled as Vance Dark Acolyte - DTUI outfit, where the actual lightsaber prop piece was also described as Vance's lightsaber - Dark Acolyte. So I want to go over the name. It's spelled V-A-N-C-E, and I'm not quite sure if that actually stands for something or if that's the legitimate name of the new character in Episode 9. In case you guys did not know, the Spirit of Sidious is going to be somewhat connected to the Dark Acolyte in Episode 9. In fact, from what we have been going over, is that the Spirit of Sidious is actually going to be connected to the Dark Acolyte at a certain point in time in this film. So this character, the Dark Acolyte, was actually taken from Legends material. The Dark Acolytes were a big thing in Legends that, J.J. Abrams is taking from Legends and incorporating all of this into Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker in order to really make something very true and unique to the story. And what I like so much about this is that we've never actually seen something like this before in a Star Wars film in the sequel trilogy, right? If you think about it this way, the last time that we got a 2-on-1 lightsaber duel was ever since, of course, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Ever since then, we've never gotten anything around those lines, and that is something that will return in Episode 9. In fact, a lot of prequel trilogy choreography was used for this particular sequence, and of course, Matt Smith is actually said to be the Dark Acolyte / Vance in Episode 9. So this new character, dubbed as Vance, do I think it's the legitimate name, or does it actually stand for something? Maybe it's some kind of organization that he's affiliated with. The other piece that really does intrigue me and confuses me is, of course, as to why it's labeled as Vance Dark Acolyte - DTUI outfit. Now, I don't know what DTUI means. Maybe that has something to do with Dark Acolyte, and the rest stands for something else. So I'm not quite sure if that was actually inspired from Legends material, or if it's a type of organization or a certain code we're not quite sure of. But nonetheless, the Dark Acolyte in this movie is really going to serve as a villain in a sense that's really going to make Kylo Ren feel conflicted, feel vulnerable at many different points in this film. And I think that this is JJ's great way of really kind of justifying Kylo Ren becoming a good man once again, or getting that Kylo Ren redemption arc. And it does make a lot of sense now. I always thought to myself, how in the world are they going to make Kylo Ren turn back to the light side of the Force? And it seems like that this is exactly how they're going to do that, where they have to both fight this new foe, and that's exactly how Kylo Ren is going to turn, without a doubt. Now, like I say, guys, we do know that there is going to be some form of resurrection in this movie. We're not quite sure if it's going to be Kylo Ren that dies and is going to get resurrected by the Force Ghost of Luke Skywalker, or if the resurrection has all to do with the character of Luke himself, maybe Rey, or maybe even Palpatine at that. So with everything that's coming into play here, we do know that Episode 9 is being used by Disney and Lucasfilm as a course correction, and it seems like that the new villain in this film is really being used in a sense in order to really stir up interest, you know, really kind of just make something very unique and original that we have never seen before in the sequel trilogy. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.